sure we got all that homework's turned in. For tomorrow, rule number 1 for point A. Okay. So what is the first rule, or I shouldn't say the first rule. What is the transformation rule? One of these days we'll learn how to speak English. Okay? What is the transformation rule telling us that we have to do to X in the first one? Okay? Mina, we'll start with you. We're gonna snake around. We're gonna start with you. What are we doing to X in that first one? Adding 4. Yep, exactly. This is telling us that we are going to be adding 4 to our X, so we're going to add 4 to our X. Love it. Now, what are we doing to our Y? Subtracting 5. Yep, oops, got a break. I immediately regret putting it up there. I remember that I wanted to put it right there. And then this one says that we're subtracting 5. So we're going to subtract 5 from that. Put it all together, Ashley, and where is our point A prime? 2 plus 4 is 6. 3 minus 5 is -2, right? 6, comma, -2. Love it. What is our second rule here now for part B? What's it telling us to do with our X value?
Limited add.
With our X value.
Oh, I mean, you have to add. Okay.
Tell us to do anything?
No.
Do nothing, right? Keep an X the same. If it's X in one and X in the other, we're just keeping it the same. Okay? Boy, what's it saying we got to do with the Y? Add 2. So we just, in this one, have to add 2 to the Y part. Okay? So where's B prime? Yep. And then a C word. Comma. And what kind of 3? -3, yeah, exactly. More common -3. Love it. Good. Now, yesterday, what we did is we were able to go to our graph and we were going to shift whatever points we had on our graph. We could shift it left, we could shift it right, we could shift it up, or we could shift it down. Okay? We called that geometric transformations. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to do algebraic transformations. Okay? We're still going to have a rule. Okay? So this is our rule here in number 1. Okay? We're going to apply our rule to our figure P. Okay? Now, Jake, let's talk about our rule here for a second. What is our rule telling us we do with our X values? Nothing. They're going to stay the same, right? Okay. Jake, what is our rule telling us that we're going to do with our Y values? There's 3 ways to say it. Well, what are we doing with it? Okay, so we're going to make it opposite, right? Because we're not only necessarily changing it to a negative, because it might be negative, and then we change it to a positive, right? So we're going to go opposite. That's one of the 3 ways to say it. Think of any other ways? Okay, what if we multiplied by -1? Would that be a way to say it too? Okay, what if we divided by -1? Yeah, right? So those would be the 3 ways of saying it, right? Okay? So our X values are going to stay the same, And our y values are just going to be opposite or multiplied by -1 or divided by -1. Okay? So, b prime then is going to be at the point what? Where's b prime? It's on your paper too. That way you don't have to look around people. X is going to stay the same, so that's going to be b prime. So x is going to stay the same, so that's going to be what's the x part of the b? X part of the b. I'm pointing right at it right here. Remember, points are x comma 1. Okay, so what's the x part of the b prime going to be if we don't change it? That's better. Okay. What's the y part of the actual b? 3. Now we said, Jake said that we're going to either go opposite with it, multiply it by -1, or divide it by -1. So what is 3 going to become? Three divided by -1, 3 times -1, or the opposite of 3. Either one of those three is going to give you all the same number. What is it? What's 3 times -1? Oh, -3? -3. So it's going to be -4, comma -3. Okay? Will, what's C prime? Oh. E prime. Now, yesterday, we were able to go to the graph and shift those points right away, then produce what the points were. But I also said we could also apply the rule first and then go and plot the points. Yes? Okay? Well, in this transformation, we can't shift it. Okay? We have to plot the point, or we have to get the points in our chart first, then we got to go plot them. So A prime is going to be at -4, comma -1. So that's left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1. So that's going to be right there, and that's going to be A prime. B prime is going to be left 4, down 3. 1, 2, 3. C prime is going to be left 4, down 5. Almost said down 6, down 5. There. D prime is going to be left 2, down 5. And E prime is going to be left 2, 3. So we have to plot our points. Then we have to connect them in the same order. A was connected to B, B was connected to C, C was connected to D, D was connected to E, and E was connected back to B. Okay. New rule for number 2. Austin, we left off with you. What are we doing with our x's in our new rule for number 2? Jake gave us 3 different ways. Divide by? No. Divide by -1. That's one of the 3. Multiply by -1, or it's an O word. You could say you're down with OPP.
Yeah, you know me.
Opposite, make them opposite. Yep. See, we can't just say make them be positive, because if we have negative ones, yeah, then we're going to make them be positive. But if we have positive ones, we got to make them be negative. So we got to be more descriptive. Okay? And what are we doing with the Y's? So you. Are we doing anything with the Y?
Oh, no, nothing. I'm thinking about S's.
Oh yeah.
The Y's in the tongue too.
There's nothing to, right? We keep the Y's the same. Yep. But the X we make opposite, right? Okay? Love it. Okay? A prime, we got done. B prime. 4 comma 3? Yep, it would be 4 comma 3. We're all the way back to you. C prime. 4 comma 5. Yeah. D prime. 2 comma 5. E prime. So let's plot those. 4 comma 1 is 4 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 up. B prime is 4 to the right, 3 up. 1, 2. C prime is 4 to the right and 5 up. D prime, 2 to the right, 5 up. E prime, 2 to the right, 3. And then we got to connect them again in that order. A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to B. So we turned our capital P into an I. Now question number 3 right underneath there says, could we have this be more of a reflection? And it would be nice if I could, on the board, I would show you this, but unfortunately you got it better on paper. If I take this and I fold it over, it looks like the P, the capital P, the red and the blue are going to match up with one another. Or if I fold it the other way, it looks like the red and the maroon are going to fold on to one another. Okay? So those are what are called reflection lines. And so here would be a reflection line, and here would be a reflection line. The vertical one would be for red and blue. The horizontal one would be for red and blue. Okay? So those are reflections. Okay? All right. Let's talk number 4. This is on the back side of your note sheet. Here is our rule. Chloe, we're up to you. What are we going to do with our x's? We're going to multiply them all by 3. Yep, exactly. This is going to be a multiply. Oops, wrong color. Come on, Chloe, you're better. We're going to multiply them by 3. So all of our x's are going to get multiplied by 3. What are we doing with our y's? We're going to add 2 to both of them. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to add 2 to both, or all 4 of our y's. Jacob, talk to me. A prime. Where is A prime going to be? Because 0 times 3 is 0. And then 3, because 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, do you want to plot it right away, or do you want to find them all, then plot them all? You tell me. Plot it right away? Okay. So 0, comma 3 would be left and right 0, and up 3. 1, 2, 3, 8 prime. Okay. Ready for it? What do we got for B prime? 3, comma 4? Don't forget that comma word, because that comma word is kind of important, because that tells me that it's a point. 3, comma 4. Well, if we're following Jake's lead, then that would be 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Will, C prime.
Four, right?
Yep.
6, actually.
6, comma 3?
Yeah, 6. 6, 1, 3.
6, comma 3. Yeah, so that's 6 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 6, up 3. 1, 2, 2. 3, comma 2. So that's 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3, up 2, 1, 2. And then we got to connect them in that order. A and B were connected. B and C were connected. B and D were connected. So we get kind of a bigger roof to sit underneath. Okay. Got to connect them. Not just plotting points. You got to connect them in the same, because we're moving a shape. Got to connect them. And we got to label them. Okay. Before I turn you loose on number 5 here, first let's talk about the rule. Holly, we're up to you. X's. We doing anything on our X's in number 5? Nope, because it's X and X, right? Okay. Y's. What are we multiplying our Y's by? 1/3. Do you know another way to say multiplying by 1/3 that doesn't involve multiplying? Dividing by so up here I got 12 times 1/3. Right? That's multiplying by 1/3. Right? Okay? And so then we multiply it across. We get 12. Multiply across. We get 3. Right? But then what's this? Dividing by 3, right? Okay? Right? So if I go back to 12, what is 12 divided by 3? 4. So multiplying by 1/3 is the same as dividing by 3. Yep. Multiplying by 1/3 is the same as dividing by 3. Okay? So on all of these y values, instead of multiplying by 1/3, let's divide them all by 3. Okay? You now find me the primes. Oh. Okay. A prime. Where is A prime? Anybody? 0, comma 1? Yeah, we gotta say that comma, because if we just say 0, 1, we're just talking about 2 numbers. We say 0, comma 1, we're talking about the point 0, comma 1. So that's left and right none, up 1, that's A prime. B prime, where is B prime? 1, comma 2, love it. So that's left, or it can be right 1, up 2, B prime. C prime, 2, comma 1. Right 2, up 1. D prime, 1, comma 0. D prime didn't even get to move. Oh, my Lanta. And then we got to connect them in that order. A to B, B to C, and B to D. Love it. homework for you to hand out. We only got about 7 minutes left in class, but you could get a good start on getting this homework done and getting it turned